Toxic relationships, and especially those with narcissists, can be incredibly damaging. And if you want to make sure that you do not attract any more of those people into your life, you're going to want to tune into today's video. I'm talking you through some incredibly important steps that you need to take within yourself so that you can stop attracting those that you don't want and start attracting who you do. If you're excited about that, go ahead and give me a like on this video. If you don't know me, my name is Kristin. I am a life and relationship coach and a clinical hypnotherapist that helps women heal after toxic relationships so they can love themselves and create healthy and happy love in their life. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I drop new content every single week. Okay, so this first one is so important. To be honest, nobody talks about it enough. We all talk about, oh, set your boundaries, do these things. And like, yes, that is important. But what is more important than setting your boundaries and healing everything that ever happened in your childhood is deciding. This is the number one most overlooked thing. If you have been attracting relationships that you don't want, attracting people that you don't want, characteristics that you don't like and that don't appreciate you, and it's not the kind of love that you want to feel and the kind of love that you want to have, the kind of relationships that you want in your life, you have to decide what it is that you actually do want. See, our subconscious minds rule like 99% of our life. In fact, your reality is really a reflection of the beliefs, the values, and the identity of your subconscious mind. One of the great things that our subconscious mind does is that it actually looks for things that we tell it what we want. This is why really setting goals and having a vision for yourself and your life is so important, because your subconscious mind can pick up and say, oh yes, this is what I want. This is what I desire. So deciding what you want is the first step to actually getting something that you truly desire versus just accepting and allowing things to come into your life. Like, really, define what your ideal relationship is. What is the dynamic like between you? How are you treated? How do you treat them? Most importantly, how does it feel? What does that relationship feel like? How do you feel when you are inside of that relationship? Making a decision is so powerful, and it's not just for your subconscious mind. It's really about energetics. When I just know what I want, I know that I deserve it, I know that I'm worth it, energetically, I'm going to repel other people that do not belong in that vision, that do not meet me where I am at energetically, right? I demand what I get to have by becoming worthy in my mind, and I let other people meet me there. I don't come down to anybody. I let other people meet me there. I hold the energy of what I want. I hold the vision of what I want. I feel how I want to feel, and other people come and meet me there. I don't come down to them. That is so transformative. And the second step to that is really say no to everything that is not that. Now, especially if you're somebody who maybe is doing that for the first time, maybe you have been accepting toxic relationships and toxic people in your life, and you've had narcissists and all of these things, that's all you've ever known. It's going to take some work to get into the energy of not being in that, number one, but really you have to be aware and be able to say no to anybody that is not that. And you're going to want to have a tendency to fall back. And I don't want to say that the universe is going to test you, but it really is like showing you, hey, you say that you want this thing, you want this relationship, you want it to feel like this. I'm going to give you something that might be a little bit better than what you're used to, but it's still not that. Are you going to accept it or not? Your job is to say no. Say no to that thing because it is not what you truly desire. For those of you who are not interested as much in the energy, or maybe feel like that sounds a little woo-woo, I don't really know what she's talking about, let's talk about just a couple of practical things that you can do to stop attracting narcissists and other toxic people in your life as well. Stop giving people unlimited second chances. I think this was originally said by Maya Angelou. People will show you who they are. Believe them the first time. Now, if you're somebody who has been in these relationships in the past, I know that you've been giving these unlimited second chances. I know that I used to do it too. Before I did all this work on myself, I used to do it too, until I adapted that rule into my life. People show me who they are, and now I believe them. A second chance is literally one chance. It is not 4 second chances. It is not 3 second chances. It is just 1 second chance. And you need to establish rules for your life, right? If you know that you're a person that has a tendency to give those unlimited second chances, you have to set a boundary, and that really is the next step, setting boundaries for what you will and will not accept in your life. Now, some things, for me, I have such a hard line boundary on that there is no second chance for. And that's in relationships, that's in friendships. There is a standard which I will accept treatment of, and then there is what I will not accept. If it falls into what I will not accept, then that is just not accepted. It's just not allowed in my life. Those people are not allowed in my life. And boundaries can feel really, really scary if you have some deeper wounds, if you have abandonment wounds, if you have rejection wounds. But this really goes into that next step, which is to know yourself, to know what your wounds and what your triggers are, and to know that none of that is actually you. And when you have done step 1, the vision work and the deciding work, and you energetically continue to do that, then all of these other things are actually going to fall into place. You have to separate yourself from the illusions, separate yourself from those old wounds, because they are not you. Know that if you are empathetic, that it is okay to feel badly for other people, but that doesn't mean that they get to treat you badly, right? You have to know if you have a tendency to be a people pleaser. Well, you can heal these things, right? You can heal that, but you have to know that if that's your tendency, to know when you're falling into that trap, right? To know when it is that you actually want to say no, and start practicing stepping into that, start practicing stepping into some of those boundaries. It's really important that you start connecting with your body, especially when it comes to boundaries. I think a lot of us might not know what boundaries are, but I think it's really simple to just feel into your body, because your body can tell you what a yes is. Your body can tell you what a no is. You have to ask, right? If your body's contracting, that's a no. If you're expanding, that's a yes. And you can practice getting into your body and deciphering what your yes is and what your no is. And lastly, sovereignty. Standing up for yourself. Standing up for what you believe. Standing up for how you will be treated. Standing up for yourself in a way that you are your own advocate for yourself and for your life. This can feel really hard and scary if you have never done that before. It can feel really hard and scary if you come from a family where you were maybe punished for self-advocating or self-championing. But when you are your own advocate for yourself and you have your standards, you refuse to settle on those standards, that is going to dramatically change your life. And this can be a really helpful area to work with a coach in, to work with somebody who understands what it's like from going through toxic relationships to really connecting to those deep parts of yourself, to healing these things that need to be healed, and stepping into that powerful woman that you know that you are. If you're interested in coaching with me, I do have a 4-month program. We do all of that and more. I will go ahead and pop it in the links down below. As always, thank you so much for watching today. If you know another woman that needs to hear this, I ask that you please share this video. Go ahead, like, subscribe to the channel, and check out these other videos for more.